please make sure you meet people you haven't already met.
Welcome, everybody. Here we are at Podworx.
It's a party.
Yeah. Yeah, this isn't a green screen. We're all here together. got Tom Sinclair, we got Kenny Hampton, and I'm Dave Edwards from the world of live streaming. And we're here with a raucous bunch of streaming idiots, webcasters, and world of live streaming people. So got people from all over the world here coming out to see all this stuff. So Tom, what's happening in your neck of the woods lately?
Well, I just want to thank you guys that are here present physically with us, and those guys, those of you that are watching online, I really do appreciate you taking the time to come here tonight. You honor me, and I think you honor each other by taking the time to come. And I hope that those of you that are physically present will take time to meet somebody you don't already know, so that we can spread that community. And next year, when we come back together again, you can spread it even more and more. I've been having a great day. I've been out, you know, I'm like a pig in slop. Yeah. It's just been, you know, put a vMix shirt on me and force me to stand there and talk about vMix all day long. And I'm delighted. But I'm so excited to have you guys here.
Tom, this Streaming Idiots thing that started, I don't know, what, a few years ago for you? And now it's grown. How many Streaming Idiots are there out there that we know about?
Kenny, as of today, there were 1,996.
Wow.
And there's 6 unmet. I mean, there's 6 requests to join that we haven't done yet.
Fantastic. So there's a lot of interest in this industry, aren't there?
Yeah, yeah. And a hat tip to John and Marie Lind from Denmark, but they're living in Sweden. That actually started this group. Yeah. A year and a half ago. Yeah. And I remember John telling me he thought it would be great if we ever got 50 members. Yeah. And
Jan and the wife? Is it Jan and the wife?
Yes, Jan and the wife. That's right, the wife.
Well, the reason John said that is because he had seen the show before.
Yeah, yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, yeah. Well, Kenny, now you did something a little unique yesterday. You wandered around with a camera, phone.
You know, it's just amazing what you can do. And here we're at a professional conference, and I'm walking in with an iPhone and an earbud, and actually did some live interviews for some of our folks at World of Live Streaming. They were tuning in live and got to talk to some people at the vMix booth. And it's just incredible what we can do today with technology and how we're learning this. It's absolutely great. Well, and Tom, and a lot of that has started with my interest is with you, because I remember tuning into your show, and that's kind of how I got started with the Streaming Idiots piece of this. So I have you to thank for that.
Well, I set the bar really low.
Yeah, okay, well, that's what I needed.
That's for sure. That's for sure. So
you're not supposed to agree with that so hard.
Well, he's my buddy. He's a world of live stream. We're Wolzers, man. We stick together no matter what.
That's right. Well, that's right, because the world of live streaming was sort of a spin-off of Streaming Idiots, because you guys couldn't get enough of Streaming Idiots. You had to start your own.
Absolutely. Well, it was an after-show kind of thing in some ways.
That's right.
I mean, the guys did some other things ahead of time. You know, Giles and Merle got going, and George Price kind of helped get it off the ground, and then Jan showed up from Sweden, and it kind of snowballed a little bit there, and it kind of tags on. Like, we do this after show after Streaming Idiots is over with. We do these after shows when PTZ Optics shows are over, and they go on like all day long, which is like half the night for the guys over in the UK and Belgium. It's crazy.
Coming up in August, we're going to do another Stream Fest Live. I don't know if we can see it. We got a little bit of that. That's August 4th, I think. And it's going to be a 12-hour live stream that will start on one side of the world and go all the way across the world to the other side.
Absolutely.
And it's going to be awesome. I can't wait to be a part of it.
And I just met Martin Kay in person here, and he of course is in that group from Manchester, and he's here tonight with you, Tom. And you know, it's just amazing how across the world we have Streaming Idiots.
Well, thank you for letting me come into your live stream.
Yes.
I'm going to mic up your next guest.
Okay, very good.
And then Chuck Braverman's going to come in about 8, which is about 11 minutes.
Okay,
and interview some of our sponsors for tonight.
Great.
So
very good. Thanks a lot, Tom.
Stage right.
Yeah, thanks, Tom.
Scott,
Dave, who do we have coming up next?
Well, I guess
you want to mute me so I can put this on Butch?
I don't know. Who are we going to mic up first? I don't know. They're showing the crowd. They're milling around out there, getting the camera off us, but we're just going to kind of sit up here and wait and see who we get up. We're getting Butch. We're getting Butch Grimes up.
All right, we're getting Butch.
Butch Grimes, Butch, an interesting character.
That's what you've told me, and I remember meeting Butch last year at this event, but you've actually been able to stay in contact a little bit with Butch?
Yes, Butch has a small studio at his real estate company in Los Angeles, and I got to go down and see his studio and help him do a few things and give him a little advice on what to get for cameras and things like that. And he's got a 24/7 station he's got going. We'll find out all that stuff when he's able to come in. But you know, Butch is actually a fairly famous author, and we're going to cover some of that as well. But he also has some charitable things that he does that he's very involved in, and I think people need to see that. You know, yeah, we might be streaming idiots, but you know, we've got a heart and we've got a care for our fellow man.
Got a purpose for what we're doing.
Absolutely. It goes beyond just the thrill and the fun and the enjoyment of actually doing live streaming. So, I guess we've got him.
Well, let's bring him on in.
They'll send him in when they're ready, I think.
Still working on his audio.
And get him on board, but hope we got a lot of guys watching out there, because a lot of dead space happening.
Yeah, there's good.
Thank you very much for switching
great shot of the room and the people.
Lamont back there as well, so everybody showed up at the same time.
Fantastic.
Maybe they were in the limo line out there and they just couldn't get up here. There's just so many.
That's
VIPs
probably it. That's probably it. The
like
red carpet piece of that. Come on in, Butch.
Here comes Mr.
Welcome.
Grimes.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, great to have you here. Good to see you. It's been a year, I know, since I've seen you, and I understand Dave's been in contact with you some.
Brother. Good to see you, man.
Yeah.
I'm glad to be here with both of you.
Well, Dave, introduce this fine gentleman.
Well, everybody out there, I'd like to introduce you to our second guest tonight after Tom. This is Butch Grimes. He's in the Los Angeles area. He's a real estate mogul, a world famous, or at least U.S. famous author.
Wow.
And he's got his hands in a lot of things. He's a very engaged human being. I think he's planning on changing the world, because he's got the energy, the care, and the concern to get out there and get things done. So, Butch, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, a brief overview of the things that you're involved in, and I kind of want to end up talking about what you're doing with Alzheimer's and dementia, and let people tune into that aspect of your life.
Well, I think you did such a great job in introducing me. I mean, I couldn't even pay you any money and done any better than that.
There you go.
Well, the check should be coming
I'll make
soon.
sure it comes.
Okay.
You know, you're primarily, Dave, as you know, and it kind of started here and through Tom when we first met. You know, I had this passion. I have a big passion for live streaming. I actually wrote a book, believe it or not. I wrote 3 books in 1999 on podcasting. And
in 1999. Wow, you're on the cutting edge, eh?
I was at the very first podcast convention, and there were 50 of us.
Wow.
And I remember a guy walking out of the bathroom, and he said, "You think this podcast stuff is going to make it?" And I said, "I don't know, but let's see what happens." So because I'm in real estate, I wrote a book on podcasting for real estate professionals. And it took off, and I ended up landing a speaking tour, and I traveled all over the United States talking about podcasting, and people didn't know what the heck I was talking about. And so that just kind of propelled me to get more into media and realizing that you have to brand yourself. And the only way you can brand yourself is, I always tell folks, you got to cast a bigger net to get a bigger catch. And that really brought me to this point.
So fast forward from '99 until when you got into the video side of things, and how you use that. What have you been doing with that?
Well, you know, it's interesting you say that, because now at NAB this year, I mean, I'm almost ready to rebrand my book, because I started out with podcasting, and podcasting kind of died out.
Yes.
It took a life of its own, and it died, and then video took over. And now podcasting is really coming back. it is back.
Yeah.
And now with pod and viewing, you can combine the two, and it's very powerful. Because some people only want to watch it on their mobile, listen on their mobile device because it's easy.
Yes.
And then some folks want to actually view it. And so I think for the combination now, it makes for a very powerful medium to get a message out.
So you are obviously the talent. I mean, you're out there recording things, but you're also on the back end operating as well, sort of both sides of the.
Well, I really look at myself as more of a content producer. I mean, I'm really more passionate about the content. Okay. I think because I've hooked up with these guys, they've kind of forced me to become a more behind the scenes kind of guy.
Okay, well, tell everybody some of the things that you've got going out there. Yeah, you did the book and you did the tour and you're getting ready to rebrand and do that, but tell them about these other things these other shows that you've got going, like the Bachelor thing, right? Cooking and all that stuff.
Well, actually, I created my own network. Okay. It's called We Talk 247.
We Talk 247. Okay.
And the network is primarily going to be a network of life experiences. People that have life experiences that can teach others on how to do things. Because unfortunately, folks, they're looking for ways to get new jobs, rebrand themselves, reposition themselves in their lifestyles. And I just figured this would be a good way to bring in people that have certain experience to pull that together. So I basically took the real estate industry as a model and used it with real estate agents to brand themselves. And then that's how I came up with the idea of, I started cooking. I love to cook. I'm actually really shy, so this has got me on a real precarious situation here. No, he's looking like, right. But I started cooking, and I said, let me put a videotape to it. And so when I started doing the videotape, it kind of took off, and some of my shows started getting 80,000 hits, 50,000 hits, and it was like, wow. And so I said, I think I might have something. Because there are a lot of young, nice women that want to meet a guy that can cook. And I actually have a girlfriend. So.
That's good, that's good.
So it's all good. But because of that, I realized that medium is so wide open. I started introducing more bachelors to cook. So I actually created shows called Bachelors That Cook. So that young women can meet men that cook. And that's part of the We Talk network. And so part of that is that we created the network primarily to bring in other pieces like the Alzheimer's dementia piece that you mentioned.
Yes.
My mother has Alzheimer's. Yes. And I wanted to be able to reach out to a larger audience to educate them on the things that I went through so they would experience.
Yes.
So they could experience a little bit before they got to that point.
Yes, understand.
And I could help them. And so that was my way. And so video has given me that opportunity. And I'm very transparent with my mother's illness. And folks always ask me, Butch, why are you so transparent with me? I said, because this is the only way I can give back and help somebody else.
Yeah, I went through that with my mother, and I wish I would have had your resources during that. I can see where that'd be a great help to people. And just to even know that there are other people struggling, and you saw your way through.
I saw my way through, and it was an experience, and it was something that I would hope that my experience would help someone else with.
Fantastic.
So that's how we're here today.
Yeah.
Well, very good. Butch, thanks for coming on to the show and sharing this stuff with us.
That's right. Great to have you as a guest. Great to see you.
I'm hoping we can get Lamont in here next.
I'm very honored to be here.
So Butch, why don't you go ahead and take off over there?
You got it.
Lamont's over there, and I think he's mic'd up over there as well.
Great.
They can unmic you.
Thank you
again for showing up. Appreciate it, man. Send Lamont in quickly.
You ready to unmic?
Lamont.
Is he on? Come on in, Lamont. In fact, we'll run short on time, Dave.
Yeah. Well, we just hit 8 o'clock, and that's pretty good. We have
that. We're doing a pretty good job.
We'll do 5.
Oh,
come on in, have a seat.
Come on in, have a quick seat.
Come on in, have a seat. It doesn't matter that you're blocking cameras. This is all shooting from the hip here.
You know what? He may not be mic'd up.
You're not mic'd up.
You're not mic'd up.
I thought you were mic'd up. Okay, well, let's get you mic'd up. Let's get over there and mic you.
We're live, so that's how this stuff happens. Welcome.
Yeah, come on out here and get mic'd up. This guy's got the mic for you.
Here we go.
He's going to come in. He's
Get you
coming
mic'd up real quick.
All right, very good. So while Lamont's getting mic'd up. All right. There we go. Very good.
Dave, tell us a little bit about Lamont and what his story is.
Oh, hey, I was up to the other one.
Well, while we're getting Lamont mic'd up, I'm going to read the dossier I got from the CIA. Just kidding. Lamont, I met Lamont here last year. There was a different set here in this specific spot where we are, just a kind of a round table. And Lamont and I sat here and talked for 15, 20, maybe 30 minutes last year about what he was doing. And Lamont is a very humble, unassuming young fellow, and he even has glasses that match his shirt.
I like it. I like
amazing
it.
style.
Color coordinated.
But really, this fits totally with what Lamont does. I believe. Lamont Watts from Chicago area. He's involved in something called ClubStephan. Now, I don't know a dance group? I don't know if anybody out there knows what ClubStephan is, because I didn't, and I actually still don't totally. I've watched a couple of things that Lamont has live streamed from his phone as he walked you around the facility and kind of showed you, but I still don't really know what it's all about. So Lamont, tell everybody, the whole universe of live streaming idiots that are out there about ClubStephan and how they can get involved in ClubStephan if that's something they want to do.
Okay, well, ClubStephan is an online radio station. I started 12 years ago, and I did it to promote the dance. It's a dance that goes with it. It's called Steppin'.
Okay.
It's made out of Chicago, came out of Chicago. It came from
but you go all over the country.
Yes.
It's like wildfire.
Yes, it is.
This sub thing that's going on, and all these people are just dressing up to the nines, top to bottom. It's like, this is no casual.
How do you dress up for a radio show? It's a radio show?
No.
Well, go for it.
Well, the radio show is Steppin'.
Okay.
But the event, there's events that happen with the music.
Okay.
So the music is called Steppin', which is kind of like an urban ballroom. And they get, like Dave said, they get dressed up, they come out to these events, the parties, and we play music. But then my part of it is I have an online radio station which plays the music 24/7. So when they go out, as Dave saw, I mean, this has been huge because there's been so many Chicagoans that have transplanted and moved to other cities, but they still love to dance. So they all get together and they have a party, and then they tell some people. And then it got really popular, I think, when the song by R. Kelly called "Step in the Name of Love" came out. That dancing, if you go back to the video, when you see the dancing that they were doing, that's what stepping is.
Okay.
So, you know, and as a DJ, I had so many people asking me for, you know, making tapes and coming to DJ their parties.
Sure.
So I started the online station to help people because back then, you know, it was very expensive to travel, and so they weren't having. It was in its infancy. It was just small. Now there's groups, and Dave saw this, that there's thousands of people that come out to a Steppers event.
So there's a whole culture.
Yes, there's a whole phenomenon, and so they, you know, hired me to come out and do live broadcast, and sometimes DJ, and that's what.
Well, I noticed also that during some of the, I've been to your site and listened to some of the music and stuff and seen, and how you post pictures and you do things and you're giving homage to the people that you consider to be mentors and the people who've gone before in this DJ world. I'm thinking kind of more specifically in the ClubStephan area as well. So you're passing it back up to them and pointing to them like we do with Tom. You know, it's all his fault. It's all Tom's fault they were involved in streaming. And so you have a kind of a similar attitude toward your forefathers in this world. So that's really cool. I think you're giving them their props, as it were,
because I wouldn't be here.
Paving the way.
I mean, funny story. I never wanted to be a DJ. Never did. You know, I got with my mentors, and they took me in and didn't know anything, and I just soaked it in like a sponge, and then I kept going up, and so I had to. Of course, I tell everybody, pay homage to some of the greats that have come before me.
Sure.
So did the DJ work then spawn the interest in live and streaming and the whole technology thing for you?
Yes, it did, which brought me to Dave and Tom and Streaming Hits last year, because so many people, and this was before the Facebook Live boom, but so many people were like, hey, because I do different interviews. I've interviewed, you know, different artists or celebrities, and so you know, Jeffrey Osborne, R&B, Jeffrey Osborne, Dave Kaz, Jack. So a lot of different people, and they get to live vicariously through me, you know, because I'm usually like in their dressing room or something, and you know, my interviews are candid interviews, like how we're all friends talking.
Yeah,
that's kind of what I do my interview styles on, and so I tell people to kind of just, you know, tell me what you want to hear. So I gotta go. Okay. Tom's giving me the wrap up. So it's always a pleasure to talk to Dave.
Awesome. Thanks for coming on the show. We really appreciate it. Well, folks, we got to go because we've got some more interviews coming up. We've got Chuck Braverman coming in. He's a fantastic interviewer and producer out of Los Angeles area, and he's going to be interviewing our vendors that are here tonight. And so you're going to learn about the people who sponsored this and hopefully inspire you to get out here next year and take part in all this. So thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you down the streaming road. Bye-bye, everyone.
Great.
Well, good evening again, ladies and gentlemen. We are back here live in Las Vegas, streaming for Streaming Idiots, group of Tom Sinclairs from Eastern Shore Broadcasting. We're here at Livestream Studios in Las Vegas off the Strip. And our guest right now is Tim V of vMix.
I'm the guest. I thought I was interviewing you, but I guess we're going to roll with it.
We're going to roll with it. So the backstory here is that I'm actually relatively new to live streaming. And when I started to do my research on what was the best way to do it, I didn't pick vMix, even though I had decided that vMix was the best.
Sure.
And the reason was, which you don't remember because I told you 8 or 9 months ago at that streaming show, was that I'm a hardcore Mac guy, and I wanted to do something on a Mac. And I tried it, and it worked, but it wasn't as successful as I wanted it to be. And so I decided to bite the bullet, buy a PC with Windows, and get what I believe to be the best live streaming software.
Sure.
So tell us a little bit about what vMix is in a short sentence or two.
How many words? vMix is live streaming and production software. So there's 6 words for you. But yeah, so for those that are watching that haven't heard of vMix, we give you the ability to mix together videos, camera sources, to create a show like this one, or create a TV show or something that people would watch on TV or via YouTube or Facebook or some sort of production, or even at a corporate event, you know, those kind of things. So
it's actually pretty amazing to me because I've actually produced shows on location with, you know, a half a dozen cameras at Carnegie Hall, say, and I've been in the truck outside, and there's a crew of 75 people, and inside the truck there's probably 20 people, and audio guys, and a switcher, and several $1 million worth of gear, and you guys have actually squished all this stuff down into some software, and you can do pretty much all this. You have to have a cameraman or lights and microphones, but all the switching stuff is all in vMix.
Yeah, well, that's the plan, you know, to try and bring like TV quality and broadcast quality to everybody. So whether you do want to do a massive production like that, or you want to do a live streaming show like this, being able to bring that massive OB truck, production truck, into your living room or into this really awesome podcast, Podworx setup that we've got here. So yeah, being able to cram that together. So they're running, I don't know what they're actually using for the production tonight, but yeah, I think they have.
They're using vMix.
Are they?
Oh yeah, okay. I saw them. They're using vMix. I mean, it's just amazing because we're at this little studio in Las Vegas and we're going out live to the world. So
yeah. So that's kind of what we've got going on here, and it's it's all pretty exciting. You talk to a lot of people at NAB and they're like, oh, you know, I've been able to kind of condense everything to one computer, and I can take my laptop everywhere and do all these crazy productions. And
what is your job title at vMix, and what exactly do you do?
I've given myself the title of COO just because I think it sounds cool.
It's cool.
It's cool. I had, you know, I think Martin classes himself as a CEO, but I like to call myself the COO, and I kind of manage the operations. I'm the chief operations officer, but you know, I do a lot of other stuff as well. So do all the marketing. I create every possible banana logo and anything merchandise to do with bananas, as you may have seen around the place.
Well, that's the $64 question, as we say here. You may not get the reference to $64, but trust me, that's the big question.
Right. Okay.
What is the deal with the bananas?
I mean, I like to give people misinformation as much as possible, so I have about 10 different stories about what it means and, you know, why it came to fruition. So depending on which one you want to hear.
The shortest one.
The shortest one. Bananas are cool. To be honest, it's having a mascot for a company, it's heaps easier to use that as a marketing tool as opposed to me using my face or Martin's face, you know? So instead of us having to be in photos and doing things, I can take a photo of a banana at the Grand Canyon and use that as a, hey, here's vMix at such and such.
Do you grow bananas in Australia?
Yeah, bananas are really big. Yeah.
Because all our bananas here, I think, come from South America.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, really big in Australia. So, yeah, especially where I live, they kind of have a lot of bananas and stuff. So.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Tim V, for coming on and answering all our questions about vMix. And
is there anything you'd like to say? Now, you're interviewing me, but let me interview you. Like, what? Have you had a good week at NAB so far?
I've had a great week at NAB, except it is extremely exhausting, as you well know.
Sure is.
Walking around, trying to. It's overwhelming, actually, for me, because I'm into so much of the equipment and networking and people and everything else. So, and it must be even harder for you because it takes you a week to adjust the time zone. It's a week from next Thursday in Australia right now, right?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, it's definitely, I think it's next May, yeah, according to my body clock anyway. So, yeah.
But NAB, National Association of Broadcasters, it's an amazing convention. I was informed tonight there are about 100,000 people here in Vegas just at this NAB. Yeah. And I think all of them were in the South Hall today.
I would agree with that. Yeah, everybody's everywhere. You can't even here tonight. Like we've got everybody here from NAB, and the place is packed. Like I don't know whether people can hear the noise, but yeah, it's a lively week definitely at NAB.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right, thank you for having a chat.
Thank you, Tim.
And yeah, I think we're wrapping it up here.
Yep.
And I think we're done. So if anybody wants to
come on, go on out. Get another guest. All right, thank you so much.
Thanks.
We have a very busy show today.
What's your last name?
Joe, Z-H-O-U. You can pronounce Joe.
Joe.
Joe, yes, correct.
What kind of name is that?
Amy. I'm Amy. Amy Joe.
No, but I'm saying, what kind of name is? Here, and me.
Yeah.
And we are back with Amy Joe of Mobile.
Magewell Electronics. And I'm very glad to be here with our North American distributor, Mobile Video Devices.
That's what I heard.
Yeah. And
I see. So you are
manufacturer
of Magewell.
Yeah, Magewell.
So for somebody who is not really a techie, can you explain what a Magewell device is and exactly what it does, please?
Yeah, sure. Well, actually, first I want to say I'm very glad to be here because I saw a lot of friends here, like Tim just now from vMix and Paul from the PTZ Optics. Actually, Magewell is a video capture devices manufacturer. We are a design development company, and a lot of users of vMix and PTZ Optics, they use our products.
So in other words, if you had a PTZ camera right now,
yes.
You wouldn't be able to plug that in without having some kind of a card to translate it into.
Yeah, like this.
Oh, is this the card?
One of our 4 families. This is a USB capture. It's a truly plug-and-play devices that you can feed HDMI signals.
So this is HDMI on this side.
Yes, and USB 3 on the other side in the computer. So you are able to use the software like vMix and other direction-based software. So it's pretty easy to use and very solid. And apart from this USB capture devices, we are known for our quality for the PCIe capture cards. We have one dual channel HDMI, SDI, DVI, and we even have lots of solutions for 4K for PCIe and USB as well.
So is this a 4K?
For this one, it's just 2K, but we have a 4K solution for 4K HDMI and 4K HDI. Actually, we are having a booth at the NAB South Upper Hall at 6324, and you are able to see our orange products.
What website, if somebody wants more information, what website should they go to?
They can go to www.magewell, magewell.com.
magewell.com.
Yes.
And will this work with a Mac as well as a PC?
Yes. One of the amazing things about this product, it works with Windows, Linux, and Mac. So you don't need to install a driver. Just plug into your computer and you are ready to go.
You don't need to have any software that comes with it?
To drive this device, no, but it works with software like vMix. Yeah.
So if I had this card and I have a camera with HDMI out, I just plug in and then USB into the
computer, laptop or desktop, whatever.
And I'm good to go.
Yes, absolutely.
Are there any restrictions on, does it matter whether I'm 24 frames, 5 frames, or 60 frames per second?
Well, the maximum of frame rates is 60, and one of our advantages is we automatically detect the signal. Automatically detect the signal, and we have a very good compatibility with the input signals.
Okay. I think that wraps it up. It's pretty straightforward and simple. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Amy, for coming on.
Thank you. Very glad to be here.
Nice meeting you.
Yeah, nice talking to you, too.
Okay. Thank you. Hey there.
Hold on. Love to talk to you right now, but I'm a little busy. Just the way you think, and I'll talk about it.
at the Podworx studio in Las Vegas off the Strip, thanks to Tom Sinclair and Eastern Shore Broadcasting. And we're here right now with Dan Mile and Eamon Drew of BirdDog TV. Thanks for having us on.
Thanks for having us, Chuck.
Thank you. What's a BirdDog TV?
You go first.
Okay, BirdDog actually came out of NDI. So NDI is kind of a buzzword these days with how you get video around a network. And as soon as we heard about NDI, we thought, wouldn't it be great if you could put that on a camera? And that's where we started up our company. So BirdDog's all about enabling NDI workflows, which is used in so many different productions to get video easily between systems and to be able to access various video sources. And we made a bit of hardware that essentially makes that easy to put onto a camera.
Well, what does it look like?
It's actually, well, you
Unfortunately, we didn't bring one, but our flagship model Studio NDI is about this big, and it takes HDMI and SDI, and then we just launched the Mini at NAB this year. Sorry, I'm losing my voice. I've been talking to too many customers. And we've released the Mini, which is about half the size.
So for those that don't know, maybe you could... Oh, I've seen that picture, yes. Can you give a short description, either one of you, of what NDI is?
Absolutely, yes. So NDI is a technology that's been developed by NewTek, which is a company that's been around for a very long time in the industry, doing a lot of software-defined video switching. And they made a technology that allowed you to very easily get video from one system to another, or from anywhere on a computer network, but without the traditional kind of delays or lag that you would have. So the pitch quality is extremely high, and also the latency or the delay is very low. So it lends itself very well to live production. It's a freely available SDK that anyone can download and start to develop software for. And products like vMix, NewTek's TriCast, so there's literally hundreds of products that understand this method of sending video. So it's really a protocol that can be understood by any video or any kind of multimedia system.
Was this for hardwire only, or wireless, or both?
There's actually two formats of NDI. So there's NDI.
I'm talking about the BirdDog.
Ah, okay, very good, thank you. So NDI that we use is a full resolution. It's low latency, so it's the high bandwidth version of NDI. So it has to use a gigabit Ethernet connection, but it gives you the performance you'd expect from SDI.
That's with the hardwired.
That's right. So it's hardwired in, and by getting that performance, but also adding in the additional things that NDI gives you, so tally information. We've actually just launched at the show a comms system. So there's BirdDog Comms, which allows the crew to talk to each other over that same Ethernet cable. So it's a really powerful way to.
So one cable, we give you so many features. We give you power, so it's power over Ethernet, so you don't have to run any power to the device. You get your video and audio transmission. You get tally information, and you get your comms, audio comms.
Well, you can't run. Can you run any camera? Can you power any camera?
No, so we power our device. We don't power the camera.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
But and it's hardwired though.
It is. That's right. So you need to. The idea with this is, in some ways, a traditional studio camera back, which is a really high-end production piece of equipment. You run a cable to it, which gives you all those facilities that Eamon said. What we were looking for is something that you could walk up into any building in the world and plug it into the wall with a normal Ethernet, just the blue cable that you have running to your computer or your phone, and it gives you all those facilities. So to do that with one cable is really kind of a groundbreaking way of actually going.
What's the distance that you can?
It's 300 feet before you need to repeat the signal or plug it into a switch. So 300 feet.
So after 300 feet, though, you can go more with a repeater.
Absolutely. It's, if you look at any building in the world, you've got network connections. Wherever that network connection is, you can plug it in. So it doesn't really matter how far away in the building you are.
If you want to run longer, you can use a fiber optic Ethernet cable as well, and you can go miles.
Where do people go to get more information about BirdDog?
Our website is bird-dog.tv.
bird-dog.tv. Okay, guys, thank you so much.
Thanks, Chuck.
Appreciate you being here.
Thank you, Chuck.
Thanks. All good?
And welcome. We're back at the Podworx studio live in Las Vegas, just off the Strip, with the two superstars from PTZ Optics. We have Paul Richards and Tess Podesta. Yes, they are, because I've been walking down the halls and I see how people, treating you guys here at the NAB, and you can attest to that yourself, right?
Yeah, I was just mentioning to you, this is the first time I've ever experienced anything like this. It's a whole different world. Everyone's here to geek out and to meet all their favorite geeks, and we've had so much fun doing it.
So you're with a company called PTZ Optics, and as a relatively new streamer myself, I've learned so much about streaming, and suddenly I realized that there's a kind of camera that is different than what I'm used to. So tell us a little bit about PTZ Optics and what it is.
Yeah, so we are a live streaming camera manufacturer, and we've been building these cameras for about 4 or 5 years, and they're pan, tilt, zoom. And so that's still a new concept for a lot of people.
PTZ stands
Yeah, that's what PTZ stands for.
I had to Google that when I applied for the job.
And then you put a hashtag PTZ on your computer.
I'm a ride or die.
So, one of the main things they do is, for a lot of streamers who are getting just started, they allow you to control the camera remotely. So if you're a one-man production and you want to be able to do something a little bit more than a webcam, you can zoom into products, show things off in detail, and we just have so many happy customers out there.
Is PTZ the name of the company, or is it a generic name for remotely controlled cameras?
Yeah, it is a bit of an SEO hack, I will say. PTZ is a category of cameras that are remotely operated that can pan,
we have a little dance,
and then zoom.
But the brand is PTZ Optics, so we've taken advantage of the first part of that name.
And Tess, you are head of marketing for PTZ?
Social media marketing.
Social media.
The social media marketing manager and co-host of Paul, who is the head of marketing.
And you do a weekly show, don't you? Which is on where, when, how, who, and what?
So it's actually 3 times a week at this point. There's a Stream Geeks show on Mondays at 1 p.m. 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. Okay. And then that's on YouTube and Facebook on Stream Geeks. And then PTZ Optics, we do 2 shows. And our goal for our shows is to train the audience, right? To educate the audience, but also show customer success stories. So on Wednesdays, we do Back to Basics. And that is just going into what's probably technical, but kind of back to the basics and really showing people the nuts and bolts of how the products work. And then on Friday, we bring people into studios all around the world, all of our customers, and it's been fun.
Yeah, we found collaborating with other industry leaders has been a great way to spread our message and to grow our community.
How are you, when I'm walking around NAB, I see some other remote controlled cameras. How are your PTZ cameras better, different than some of the others?
Well, there's a lot of differences in features with the other PTZ cameras. Only a few cameras now that are PTZ have the NDI HX protocol, which we've just released recently, which is awesome.
We just discussed a minute ago here on.
Yeah, oh, did you?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but there's some big names also with the same type of cameras, but what really sets us apart is a couple things. It's the community. We've really tried to humanize our brand to get people to feel like you're actually interacting with a human rather than a big conglomerate. And we also have a dedicated support team. We've got 2 support guys that, if you want to talk to us, you're going to talk to somebody in America, 9 to 5, somebody that you can get to know and that can really help you out and walk you through whatever service issue you might have with your products.
Are your support people at your location?
Yes.
And where is that?
So we actually have 2 locations. Tom's giving me the wrap it up, I think. But we have 2 locations. Our warehouse is in Downingtown, Pennsylvania, and our studio, our brand new studio we just opened, is in Westchester, Pennsylvania, which is a downtown location with a little university and a great small business community that we can engage with and kind of talk live streaming and get case studies.
Is that where they have the PTZ tattoo studio?
Yes.
Thank you guys so much for coming. I appreciate your being on here. I really do enjoy watching both of you on the show. It's great. Keep it up. Thank you.
It's nice to chat with you, Chuck.
toughest part for me when I started doing live streaming. You don't know whether you're really on the air for the first 30 seconds. So we're sitting here with Dan Slider and Miranda Gordy of PI Engineering. And I could talk about it because actually what I didn't tell you before is I actually bought, with hard-earned money, one of your X keys from Tom this week, which I physically am going to take home and plug in and make work.
Fantastic.
Tell the audience, what is an X key?
Thank you.
I bought one now. What do I do with it?
That's awesome.
Well, this is our XK24.
The small one.
Smallest X keys. Not the smallest.
Let me guess. The 24 has how many keys?
24. So any one of these keys can be set to do any function in vMix. Martin has integrated it thoroughly, so you can assign any function and you can talk back to it with an activator so you can see if one of your inputs is live or if it's in preview. Or
what does that mean? Does that mean that a little LED light will go on to say that this key is the key that's live? When you say talk back with an activator.
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
Right. So that's very useful if you're running a show and you're not sure where you are. You just look at the key and say, oh yeah, camera 3's on. So now I want to go to another one.
Can you, and these keys come, the caps come off so you can mark them yourself with anything, a number, a letter, a code, a picture?
Yeah.
Absolutely, just like that. It's very easy.
I see.
Take it right off and label it.
And how many, there are 3 different sizes as I understand, right?
Oh, there are more than that.
Pardon me?
There are more, oh, you mean key sizes?
No, I mean X key sizes, which are what? I know, I'm going to grab this back here.
We go from everything to one single button that you can pound on, up to...
How many buttons?
One, if you just want one.
One button.
You just want to start
Sometimes
your stream, whack a button. You do that.
I'm still stunned.
Up to 128 keys.
This is the one that I actually just bought. No, this is not the one I bought. I bought the one larger than this. The bigger, is the medium-sized one, right? How many keys is that? 64?
80 or 60?
I got the one with not with the slider.
124 keys.
No, I didn't get that.
With the T-bar?
It was 80. And how does it work? You just plug it in USB directly into a PC or a Mac, right?
Right.
So you can. Do you need software with either one?
If you're using vMix, it's fully integrated in vMix.
So you literally plug and play.
Plug it in, and you start assigning things to it in vMix.
But then you have to program the shortcuts to which key you want.
Right.
Does a representation of the keyboard come up so you know, or are they numbered? How do you know which key you're programming?
You can label them. So
how do you know in the computer? Because you're doing.
Well, Martin put a very nice feature in the vMix shortcuts called Find. So when you go to, start a shortcut, you hit the Find button, and you press a button on the X key.
I see.
And it knows which button you've pressed. So
that makes a lot of sense. That's great. And this is powered through the USB.
Correct.
Yeah.
So there's no additional power needed.
It's a no-brainer, right?
It's been, this marriage between X keys and vMix has been wonderful for us, and it gives a lot of flexibility to the vMix users.
And it works with other software too, I assume.
Yeah, but why do we talk about that?
Okay. Well, thanks very much, Dan and Miranda, for coming by. I can't wait to plug in my X keys, which I literally bought.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for having us, Chuck.
Thank you. Take care, guys. And we are back from the Podworx live studio off the Strip in Las Vegas, attending the NAB show, and we're here with Eric Pratt of US Broadcast Distributor.
You got it in one.
And you have a very special capture card, which I don't know anything about, and maybe you should tell us a little about it.
Yeah, so I'll start off with this little unit here. This is what we're giving away tonight. This is this particular one is a HDMI to USB 3 capture device. It's very small. There's also an SDI version, and basically it's a way of just turning a video signal into a USB signal that something like a program like vMix could take in as an input. So that makes life really easy.
So you can take any camera basically has an HDMI or SDI out.
Yeah,
and plug it right in.
Pretty much everything, right?
Right. And where does this go? Does this go
anywhere? I mean, look at how small it is. You can tuck it away, or you can duct tape it.
So probably on a smaller camera, you might tape it to the camera and just HDMI right there, and
it's entirely possible. There's a lot of different solutions, but this particular one is probably most useful for something like a laptop, but it works with anything, any PC-based system that you're running something like.
Can I ask, what's the retail range for these sell for?
MSRP is $250.
And where does somebody buy that? All the usual suspects or someplace special?
The usual suspects, plus we have a reseller page on our corporate website, usbroadcast.co. Click on resellers and you can find a list of people who will sell this to you.
Great. And what is this other box?
So these two actually kind of go together, but let me start with this. So this is actually a live production unit. It's a 2-input SDI vMix system, and it comes with vMix, New Blue Effects, 2 SDI inputs, and it's called the Splice.
Yeah, go back. It comes with
2 SDI inputs.
Right.
vMix.
You throw in a copy of software.
It comes with vMix. This is a solution.
vMix is built into this?
Yes.
vMix, which version?
HD, but it's upgradable.
Wow.
Yep.
I didn't realize
that.
With
New Blue Effects.
This is has a hard drive on it or a chip?
There's an SSD in here.
Wow.
You can record to SD card, USB, SSD. You can stream.
Okay, so you're saying 2 inputs,
2 SDI inputs. But then let me get a little bit crazy because this has USB 3 on it. So let's see, it's two SDIs, but let's add an HDMI capture.
A
third camera, or this could be SDI, or as we're showing here tonight, we're doing a 4K region of interest. So we're not even bringing in HD, we're bringing in 4K, and we're using that 4K camera like a PTZ camera. Because we're producing in HD, we can zoom in on different areas. So it's like I can bring in a 4K camera and 2 PTZ cameras, which is what we're doing down at our booth at NAB, booth C2060, Central Hall, which is implied by the C.
I'm confused. What's the total number of cameras that you can bring in at any one time?
Reasonably 3.
Okay, that's it. And what are these other slots for, the bigger slots here?
So that's actually just the air.
A vent.
That's a vent.
Okay.
There's USB-C on it, which opens up a whole world of possibilities. USB 3.1, HDMI out. We can do a total of 4 HDMI outs on it. So if you wanted to drive a program, preview, multi-viewer, and then there's another 2 on the front for, I use these typically for keyboard and mouse.
Wow. And what's the MSRP on this?
Single channel, 1,400. 2 channel, 1,900.
Very impressive. I had no idea what that was before. I just thought it was going to be another capture card for two. But you actually have.
This is the entire solution. And then we can hook up. We're hooking up a control surface from Scarhoy to drive both the switch of the vMix and the PTZ cameras. We've got a nice trifecta of companies that we represent that all kind of integrate very nicely together.
Let's talk about the virtual sets for a second.
Tonight we're giving away a virtual set pack from Setworks, which is embarrassingly also my company, but this is a company that I started when I was very young. US Broadcast is a company that I started 3 years ago, and Virtual Setworks makes virtual sets for vMix.
Hold this up here. No?
So this is a package of 10 virtual sets that are designed to work with vMix. It's an MSRP of $595.
How did you get into doing virtual sets in the first place?
How much time do we have?
Well, you're out of time, but I'm going to try. Give me the short
version. I started work at a company called Play. That company made a system that ran virtual sets. I left that company and started a company called Virtual Sets to make virtual sets for that company, and then I started making them for NLEs and all other systems, one of which is vMix.
It's a secret about what's going on in broadcast. We're not actually here. This is all a virtual set.
We're on a green screen.
Eric is in New Hampshire.
I'm in New Hampshire.
I'm in Los Angeles, and we're on a virtual set.
Exactly.
Thanks very much from Podworx, for Tom Sinclair, for Eastern Shore Broadcasting. This is Chuck Braverman of WestStockOnline.net.com. Thank you very much. Good night.
Thank you.
Now? Sure. Got it right here. Thank you. And I'll send you an invoice.
Great. Yeah, all right. I'm impressed. I got to play with your X keys that was sitting on the
Need some water? Hello, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? I can hear you now. Can you go ahead and move over to that camera?
To make.
Yeah, go ahead and take it. Space.
Where is she?
Boys.
Okay.
I'm going to bring you on. And I don't know what.
Well, hello, everybody. Oh, my God, welcome to Las Vegas. I'm your humble host, Scout Whitney. Konnichiwa, buenas noches. How you doing, hot stuff? Been a beautiful evening, lots of fantastic stuff, and we had a contest. We've got several contests going on today, but we had a very special one. And here is this. We said, who is the person who's traveled the farthest that's in this room right now? Come to find out, I've traveled very far in many places, but not as far as this man. Ladies and gentlemen, from Australia, Tim V from vMix, everybody. My work here is done. Good night, everybody. You've been fantastic.
I guess this is my studio now. I inherited it coming along this way.
Hey, Tim, time for you to go. Let's job at Tim. Oh.
It was worth a shot, I guess. So there's a lot of people here. For those that aren't watching the stream, I don't know whether you've watched it, but there's a ton of people here. We probably had, how many last year?
30.
Not that many, but there is, you can't move in here. So it's very exciting. So it's great to be here and helping out and being here with all these streaming idiots. If you didn't know that's what it was called, apologize for that. But that's what you are now, and that's how it is. So at the vMix booth this year, we have a strike system. So if you turn up late, if you don't tell us where you're going, we have a strike system. Tom accumulated 2 strikes already. So the second morning, Tom has 2 strikes. So I don't know whether asking me to join to do this is trying to get rid of one of your strikes. I don't know whether that's the case at all, but there he is. I just want to introduce Tom. You all probably know him. He's a genuine, down-to-earth. He's always willing to help, and I'm sure if anybody here has asked him a question, he's given you the answer whether you wanted it or not, or the right answer, the wrong answer. But you know, he's been a great credit to us at vMix, and especially at NAB this year and last year as well. He kind of sells a lot of vMix stuff, which is very exciting. So it's great to be able to introduce you. So I want to introduce Tom Sinclair, if you did or didn't know him. Here he is. Thank you very much.
Well, I'm really choked up by that, let me tell you. No, Tim, thank you so much. It's been so much fun to get to know the folks at vMix and to work with them. You know, as a vMix reseller, I get to choose who I want to work with. Now, obviously, they got to choose whether or not they were going to work with me, but I could have worked with anybody. But of all the folks that I wanted to work with, vMix was the one. And so I think those folks here in the room and those of you watching the live stream understand that, understand why I would want to work with a company like that. I am so excited about this event tonight. I've been looking forward to this event since the day after NAB last year, when there were about 30 of us here and we had a ball. And now there were, I think last count, there were 97 of us that came through the gate tonight at one time or another. And so to see a threefold increase one year after another tells me that we've hit a thread. We're doing something right. And there's something going on with this live streaming thing. And we may as well admit it and embrace it. And my hope was that each one of you here got to meet somebody you didn't already know. And so that you could begin to network and establish relationships with people that are going to be important to you in the future, people you're going to rely on, and people that are going to rely on you. This is the speech I was going to save for later, but I got right into it, so I may as well run out with the rest of it. In a lot of businesses I've been in, there's a lot of competition between people that are doing similar things. And they're all wanting a slice of the pie, and they're wanting, and I want to get 1% of Oscar's slice of the pie, you know, and Kane's going to carve out 1% of my slice of the pie. But we're in an industry where we don't have to do that because the pie's getting bigger, and we can grow the pie larger by working together. There are people in this room that you guys can collaborate with, that you can work with, that's going to increase your business and going to increase their business. If you're doing church streaming, there are people in this room that can share ideas with you. That means you can do a better job at what you are doing to further the mission that you're doing in your church. So don't let opportunity, I mean, I know we're about out of time tonight, but the next time you get opportunities like this, don't let them pass by. Take advantage of them and make sure you get to meet people, even if it's people like Scott. And I'm not talking about our super host tonight. I owe a great deal of gratitude and thanks to Scott Whitney from Podworx Studio. For the second year in a row, he has opened up his studio to us. Has this not been a fabulous place to have this kind of event? Yeah, indeed. I mean, we've got this set, we've got the radio set over there, we've got the green screen set over there. He's made arrangements for us to be fed, for us to be greeted, for us to have superb dessert. If you missed out on that, you missed out on dessert. So many thanks to Scott and also to Nick Nichols for putting this together and making it work so well. I really do appreciate that. And for folks at home that couldn't tell, that was Scott that was leading the cheers on that one. So I also want to, and we're going to get to the prizes, but I got to tell you a little bit about some of the folks that made this event possible and also did the prizes. I want to give a shout out to Dan Slider and to all the folks at PI Engineering that donated the X-Keys 24, the XK24 tonight. Dan and the entire group, Maggie and Miranda and Phil, have been a tremendous support to me as a representative for X-Keys, and I'm just really delighted that you guys could be here tonight and greatly appreciate your support. And oh, and by the way, Miranda's starting her own live streaming show, so you're going to want to keep an eye out for that. You don't want to miss that. A big shout out to Eric Pratt. Has Eric left the, oh, he whips his head around the corner on that one. Eric Pratt with U.S. Broadcast Distribution represents a lot of different companies, and one of the companies he represents donated is Yawn. Yuan, thank you. Sooner or later I'll get it right. And they've donated a USB 3 dongle that you can use to connect your camera into your laptop. We're going to be giving that away in just a minute. And I have really appreciated Eric's support over the last couple of years. He and I are working together on some projects that are really going to pay off, and you guys will hear about them in the future when they do. A huge shout out to our other major sponsor, Paul Richards, PTZ Optics. Paul is here tonight. Tess is here tonight. I can't tell you how important the relationship with PTZ Optics has been to me, both personally and professionally. During the ramp up to selling NDI licenses and PTZ cameras, my little company sold nearly 100 NDI licenses and represented like 20% of the total sales of NDI licenses for PTZ Optics. So that made me better, but it also made them better, and that's an example of two companies that are working together, and good things come of that. I appreciate so much Paul and Tess. And, you know, whenever I need somebody to come on my show because my show is failing and the attendance is falling off, I'm inviting Paul and Tess to come on the show. Good work, guys. Thank you very much. Oh, and one of the other things they did for me, what was it, 2 years ago, they commissioned me to build a live streaming PC for their studio. And I really appreciate that, too. Another company that's commissioned me to build a live streaming PC for their studio is Mobile Video Devices. Daryl Spangler and group. Where is Daryl? Is he still here? There he is. And his lovely wife, Mary, and the crew from Magewell that have come over here from China to be at this event. Not at this event, but to be at NAB. But I so much appreciate the support. If there was ever Rich, where is Rich? Rich Ignacio can tell you what it's, there's Rich over there, can tell you what it's like to get support from Magewell when you need it. Right, Rich? Right. Right, there you go, right there. And so it's nice to have companies that have my back and means I can have their back too. And they're going to be developing their own live streaming too in their new live streaming studio with an Eastern Shore Broadcasting PC. Thank you very much. Delighted to have that. Also want to give a shout out. I know they're gone, Dan Miles and Eamon Drew from BirdDog TV. I appreciate their support tonight. And Eamon and I go way back. Dan and I go way back. I'm delighted that their BirdDog TV studio device has come to market, and they just introduced the Mini. We're looking for great things from BirdDog TV in the weeks, months, and years to come. And then a shout out, of course, to Martin Sinclair and Tim V from vMix. Yes. Because without them, none of this would be possible for me and maybe for you. So they have got the secret sauce that makes it all work, and my hat's off to them. Also, shout out, and I think they've left, our hostesses tonight for Kayla and Sarah and Haley that did a great job. Oh, and Scott's not the hostess. He's the hostess with the leastest, as they say. No, but wasn't it nice to be welcomed by somebody with a big smile that was just made you feel like you were in the right place? You didn't have to wonder, you know, is this where we're going? I really do appreciate them being part of this tonight. Also, and I know this is getting lengthy, and I apologize for that. We're going to give away something soon, I promise. And a shout out to Dave Edwards. Where's Dave? Over here. And Kenny Hampton. Where's Kenny? Kenny. And Chuck Braverman. Where's Chuck? Chuck is back getting a beer. No. They were all the hosts, obviously, of the live stream tonight, and I really appreciate them carving out the time to do that. And also for Ryan for Gaff. What do we call that job? Grabber. He was the grabber. He went and grabbed talent acquisition. That's right. He acquired all the talent to you. But the most important person I want to thank, and you're thinking, okay, he's going to thank himself right about this point. No, no, no. The most important person I want to thank is you. Because without you, this event would not have been possible. Without you coming here because of your common interests and believing that there might actually be something a little fun here tonight, and of course the bribes of all the prizes too, that never hurts. But I really do appreciate you. I appreciate your support. I appreciate your friendship. I appreciate the challenges that you put forth, because every day we're going to meet challenges, or we're going to be faced with challenges, and we may feel overwhelmed, but when we work together, a lot of times we can wipe those challenges out really, really quickly. So thank you so much tonight for coming here. I really appreciate you. Okay. After saying all that, let's give away some stuff, shall we? Okay. Susan, would you come? And Susan has put together a giveaway for the ladies, and Susan's going to speak into my mic, so I am going to grab her close. Okay. And somebody needs to hold on to her husband back there and keep him from charging the stage. And Susan, you want me to pick?
Sure. Okay.
All right. I'm going to pick, and why don't you, we'll put this bucket down, and you grab whatever it is that we're giving away, and speak into my mic and tell us what it is.
Okay, this is a Swarovski crystal bracelet for the ladies. Hope you can see it. Because they wanted to do something special, and this is a line that I carry, and so it is for one lucky lady.
And the winner is Tim from vMix.
Okay, so you guys have your numbers.
Got your numbers out, ladies? Here we go. The first two numbers are 8, 8.
3, 6,
2,
9.
We have a winner.
We have a winner. Okay.
Who's the winner?
Yay! Come on.
Congratulations. And now you get to tell us all about your live streaming show, and yeah, that's okay. That's okay. All right, let's see. Eric Pratt. Eric, can you get to the stage? Paul, you're next. And Daryl, you're up after that. So where's Eric?
Eric?
He's gone. He went to the bar. Okay. All right, Paul, step on up here. Earlier this year, Paul wrote a book called The Stream Geeks Present Live Streaming is Smart Marketing. And he has autographed this book. And the very first person, oops, we better put everybody's cards in there, or else we're not going to be giving anything away. Goodness gracious. And so there's a candy wrapper. If your name was on that candy wrapper, I apologize. So I want you to pick out a card.
All right, here we go.
And remember,
a lot of them in here.
Remember, you're not mic'd, so you got to come over here.
Karen Granville.
Where is Karen? I know she's here.
Karen's here.
Karen, you thought you could get away without knowing anything about live streaming.
Now you have to become an expert.
All right, Karen, that was great. Paul, we're going to call you back up here in just a minute. Is Eric showed up yet? There's Eric. All right, here's Eric. We're going to let Eric give away 2 prizes. Okay. And this is, tell us what we, and speak.
Ladies and gentlemen.
No. The microphone is right here.
I'm too loud.
No. Oh, put him on that side?
Yeah.
Okay, put him on that side. That's his good side. All right, so tell what, is there a camera we're supposed to look at? I think that's the camera right there. Tell everybody what that is and talking to my mic.
Oh, so I used to make virtual. Oh wait, no, I still make virtual sets. These are. I started my career making virtual sets, and I love making virtual sets for vMix. And this is a virtual set pack 7 or something like that. 10 virtual sets for vMix.
They're the best ones. For
and the winner is
Bill Corkery. Bill Corkery is Bill Corkery in the house. Bill, paging Bill.
You have to be here to win.
9, 8, 7. It's your call.
Put his card on the table.
Sorry, Bill.
Sorry, Bill. Here we go. And the winner is
Jamal Gillis.
Oh yeah! All right.
Sorry,
Congratulations. Come on up here and get your picture taken. Come on here.
The DVD itself is in good condition. If it's broken, I will just email you.
All right. Thank you. Get out of here. Go on. All right, we weren't going to give away this guy too.
All right. So this unassuming cardboard box is a Yuan HDMI to USB 3 converter compatible with vMix.
Extremely compatible with vMix. Speak in the mic.
And the winner is Maggie Frierson.
Oh my goodness. All right, come on up here.
All right.
Right here, right in between us.
Right here?
Right in between. Get your picture taken. Yes, indeed.
There you are.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Now you can share it with Jerome if you want to.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
One more. Sorry. All right.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Good work.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, let's see. Is Dan Slider in the house? Dan Slider in the house.
He slid out.
I mean, we could call Miranda up.
Miranda.
Shut up, Scott. Which side? This side?
This side?
Okay.
Well, I just want you both in the middle of the shot.
I've never done this live streaming thing before. All right, Dan, tell us about this product.
This is your X keys.
In 5 words or less.
There you go. We already talked about this.
Well, this is the one that I use for my Streaming Idiot show. Yes.
Right.
Yes. And the winner is.
You can do that. Deep, deep, deep.
Oh, don't pick that one. Yeah, pick that one.
Okay.
And the winner is, all the way from Austria, Sasha.
All right.
Picture. Picture. Here we go. Awesome. Awesome. Love it. Love it. All right, Daryl Spangler, Mobile Video Devices. And let me tell you a little bit about this product. This is my lifesaver product. This is the product when people call me and they say, I've tried every USB 3 dongle and they overheat and they drop frames, and I say, okay, now it's time to get the right one.
Correct.
The right one. So.
Oh man, you're bad.
You have a big announcement tomorrow?
Possibly.
Whoa, hold on a second. Hold on a second. Speaking to the mic.
Shameless plugs, that's not good.
You have you have the opportunity to spill the beans tonight.
I know, but then I'll go to jail.
Oh, God. All right, so if somebody wanted to know what these beans were, they could come to a certain booth tomorrow?
Quite possibly.
In a certain hall?
Yes.
That would have a name such as
C
Hall. Central Hall.
Booth 9945. Pretty good.
Well, hold on. 9945, that's the PTZ Optics
yes,
booth.
Yes, it is.
But you don't work for PTZ Optics.
No, I don't. We're a partner.
You're partners.
Yes, the plot thickens.
Oh. So that was booth C9945, the PTZ Optics booth, where something exciting is happening tomorrow at...
I don't know. 1 o'clock.
At 1 o'clock Pacific time.
Correct.
Okay. Who do we got?
Kenny Hampton.
Kenny! All right. I know. I'll let you hand that to him and we'll get a good picture. Picture. Oh, yeah, we'll put you in the middle. Why not? Yeah, why not? Why not? All right. Congratulations.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll hold that. Good job, Daryl. Thank you very much. Let's see, there was something I was going to say about something that was happening tomorrow at the PTZ Optics booth at noon. All right, we'll get to that in just a second. Mike, come on up here and grab the orange sheet right off that page right there. All right. I just met Mike officially last night.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's right.
Come on in here, because here's the mic, and you got to get really close to the mic. Yeah, we're really best friends now, because we're so close to the mic. And Mike has taken a piece of software that was written like 20 years ago or further back that ran on like Windows 3.1 or something like that. NT.
Very old.
And they have brought it into the present day.
Yeah.
It's a multifunction. you describe it for me.
Yeah, so it's a paint tool, live paint, CG, animation, a lot easier to use in After Effects, way more powerful than Windows Paint. It's part of a product called Trinity, which maybe some of you guys remember from Play. Took over that company about 3 years ago and been working on building a new addition to the house. So this NDI thing has really opened doors for a lot of us who maybe had technology that was really powerful that didn't make the HD wave. So anyway, it's really opened the door, and I'm happy to announce that we're shipping the new product now. So.
And we're giving it away
and we're giving
now.
It away right now. So yeah, full on what I'm calling the Panimation Boss copy. It's up to 4K, multiple NDI outs. So every layer in the graphic tool you can send a unique NDI output from. So somebody's gonna win it. Actually, 2 people are gonna get it. I promised Howard a copy back there tonight too.
All right, draw a name.
All right, here we go. Ready?
And the winner is
Philip Van E. Where are you at?
Philip. All right.
Yeah. So a long story about this guy right here. He actually produced a control surface for us, Global Streams, 10 years ago. T-bar, fader, and everything. Pot metal. It was awesome. It worked. First part of the Switcher app. So very cool. So there you go. And,
I wasn't paying attention.
And photo.
Yeah. So this is part of our original thing that you helped us with so many years ago. Sweet. Yeah. And we'll have one for Howard too back there.
Awesome.
So anyway, thank you, Tom, for
my pleasure.
Having me
Glad to have you.
Appreciate that. No, I just reached in and grabbed
Oh, here we go.
It was really real.
Flash is charged now. There we go. Thank you.
Okay.
Very good.
Great.
I'll keep
Thank
that
you
card.
again.
Good work.
Yeah.
Thanks. All right. I think we have. Did everybody get a swag? Okay. If you didn't, let me know. We'll have another 100 made up. We have one more giveaway, and this is a PTZ Optics 12X SDI in white. I mean, that's like the gold version, the white one. And to give this one away, I think we want to ask Tess Protesto with PTZ Optics to come up.
All right. Here comes Vanna.
Here comes Vanna.
All right.
All right, now talking to the mic and tell everybody a little bit about this camera, and then we'll pick a name.
Well, which one do you have here?
The 12X SDI.
12X SDI.
Yep, and face the camera right there.
Ethernet. What else do we have here? RS-232 control. We can do control, power, and what am I missing?
Video.
And video. Over power over Ethernet, as well as HDMI. Perfect camera for live streaming. Thank you, Tom. Who's going to take it home?
And is this camera upgradable to something?
Yes, this camera is NDI-HX upgradable. Shipping out.
Now, here's the deal. If somebody wins this, well, not if, but when somebody wins this camera, I will.
Could have had a nice speech prepared, He told Paul he was going to need a speech.
Well, he had a speech. He gave away his book.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay. No.
Make sure I'm not in there or something.
Well, if we pick you, we'll throw you back. Okay. If whoever wins this, I will provide the HDI upgrade license for it for free. So, did I say
HDI?
That's because it doesn't have video in it, remember?
All these acronyms, they get confused.
So it's going to be, Kane, you should have corrected me right off of that right there.
It's going to be an NDI-HX camera.
So this will be an NDI-HX camera. Who knows what HX means?
Hi.
Thank you, Ryan. Very good job. Good job. All right. With no further ado, boy, we can't drag this out any further, can we?
No. Here we go.
Okay.
All right.
And the winner is
Bob McGowan. You just hear a laugh in the background. Here you go.
And picture right over here to the right. Test. Okay, that's fine. Yep. There we go.
And be sure to share with us.
I will.
What you do with it.
I will. Okay, and you need to leave it here so we can box it back up in the original box.
Yeah, you have to have the box.
Leave it here and we'll box it back up so it makes it home safely.
I already have 4.
You do?
Congratulations. Tom, I'm glad you're here. Thank you, Tess.
Feel free to leave it out there.
And that concludes the giveaway. That concludes the evening. Again, a big shout. I'm getting directions that I don't understand. Oh, yeah. My apologies. It wasn't on the list.
Sorry.
How did I leave it off this? That's like Tess not saying that the camera had video in it.
It's disappointing.
All right, well, you got to talk into my mic.
I have a mic.
Oh, you have a mic.
I don't know whether it's on. We on?
Is the mic on?
I mean, the mic hot, you know? Yeah.
And we're like, There are like 2 people watching this live stream now, so it's... All right, so there's
we have the vMix prize pack.
Oh.
We have the sticker.
Yes.
Of course.
Well, hold on.
Collector's edition.
We got to see this sticker.
Pretty.
The sticker is like amazing.
We have the monorail edition. We have the vMix mouse pad. Obviously, we have a banana Lego to give away.
But this sticker can be, you can cut this out and you can use it as a vMix tattoo.
Of course. And the limited edition of vMix live streaming shirts.
Ooh.
Yeah, so you can join these cool people over here. Thank you. We should have had you model it through here. That'd be great.
Locks of Tim's hair.
Yeah. That's why it's grey. I get it. Hilarious. So yeah, I guess we're giving away a key as well.
We're giving away a key.
Yep, sure.
Is this the vMix Basic SD key, the free one?
Yes. That's what you want to do. That's what we can do. No worries.
Now let's. Can we go to the other end of the spectrum?
Sure.
And give away a vMix Pro key.
Let's do it.
Value $1,200.
Sure.
With 8 vMix callers.
Sure.
And 4 cameras of instant
now.
replay.
It's all right. We've been doing it all day. You don't need to keep going.
Okay.
Cool. Oh, do I get to choose?
Yes.
Wow, I've never been able to do.
No pressure.
I want Miranda to help me.
No pressure. And the winner is Mary Spankler with mobile video devices.
You get a free key.
Perfect timing.
There you
Congratulations.
go. To the studio.
Congratulations. We're going to get our picture taken over here. Hold on, wait. Yeah, here we go. There we go. Look at that. It can't get any better than the t-shirt. Man, that was right there. Congratulations. Very good. Thank you for being here.
Oh, sorry, it's probably my fault.
One more. Great. Tim, thank you.
My pleasure.
And thank you to Martin.
Sure.
So this is yours.
Okay.
This is yours. This is yours. This is yours. This is the best part of the deal right here. It's a little banana guy.
It is.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, folks, so thank you so much for coming tonight. You honor me with your presence. I appreciate your candor. I appreciate your laughter. And one more time, a big shout out to Scott Whitney and Podworx Studios here in Las Vegas for being a great host tonight. We couldn't have done it without him. There's still some libations back in the back, so if you're thirsty, grab something and let's relax for a few minutes. We're going to cut the live stream at this point, and we will see you next year. Next year. Thank you. Awesome. Tim, I'm so sorry. My brain just went to